Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for an indie comic review, and for this indie comic review I'll be covering the 2024 Xmas special of The Phantom. And starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's inside with the stories? The answer is no, it doesn't, but I do want to actually show you something in relation to this cover because it's a wraparound. And this is one of the reasons why I gave this cover this rating. Now, the rating for this cover is an 8 out of 10. And the fact that they've released it before the new year as to when I've actually received this, I really quite like what they did with the picture. Yeah, you don't actually get to see the character in this, in the stories that they present here. I'm not too worried about it, but I do think the cover is absolutely brilliant. To which I give it an 8 out of 10. Now, with this, we do learn that there are 3 separate stories in it. And what I'll be doing is I'll be rating all of these stories as one story. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going through the art of the first story and also what's happening story-wise. Doing the same with the second and also the third, but I'll be rating them all as one story when it gets to story rating. But as for the art, I'll be rating the art all as one. So as we get to move into the first part of the story, we get to see the character of the Phantom and his dog Devil. As he starts to go on a bit of a trip of sorts. And also we see a bit of, I guess, supernatural interference within the story too. As we jump a little bit further, we get to see Devil Dog and also the Phantom exploring through the jungles and the locations throughout where he is in the story. Going a little bit further, he meets up with some some new friends along the way and moving towards the next location. Now, this story, or what's happening here in this story, also we get to see towards the other additional stories that are taking place, because we have seen people that are being taken prisoner. Of course, doing what he can to free any prisoners, using his guns to fight off the villains. We move into the next story, and the characters that we catch up with here get an encounter with some soldiers, and of course, people who have been taken in the captivity also being freed, but also some being questioned. Drawing closer to the end of the second story, and finally moving into the third story, to which we have the Phantom returning to the Skull Cave, also with we learn with someone he knows, drawing a bit closer to the end, until of course the Phantom returns to his skull, his throne in the Skull Cave. One thing I enjoyed about this is how consistent the art was between story to story, to which I gave the art an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. Considering how far we are, did we get any comic book references to any of maybe the collections or whatever else? The answer is no. Next are the locations that took place in the story. We had the forest, the Moor Gates, and of course the Skull Cave. The cast of characters consisting of Kit Walker, the Phantom, the Devil Dog. We learn of someone by the name of Moz, Savannah, and of course Diana. For the overall story rating, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.